Hello. Today we're gonna be doing a little bit of a weirder video. Curious if anyone's heard of the chauveston overlook. Hope that's being pronounced right, because don't really know. But this is the game. We're currently in it. Looks like a very normal game for the most part. Um, but got a little bit of a. It's got a lot of lore to it. It is a myth game. So it seems normal at first, but there is a lot more than meets the eye Transformer reference. We're gonna sit down right here. Yeah. Alright, so figure I should give you a little bit of a backstory first before we kinda probably won't move around the game too much. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about the backstory. So this house was made in the 20th century and was mainly used for parties and dances and stuff. We don't know the owners back then, but we know the owners now are the Sapterlands. The Sapterland family is the current residents of the house, along with their cousin, Joseph Destin. We can go inside and get a really quick look at them. This is the Sapterland family. These are all five kids. That's the cousin. And over here's the mom and dad, Garrett and Linda. So Garrett owns an auto shop business, and that's his main point of work, and that seems to be the family's main income. So there's only one auto shop place in Chauveston. It's the only Garrett owns the only one. Um, there's not a ton of other info about some of the other family members. We know a little bit about the kids, but Linda specifically, we don't know a lot about. Um, let's kind of want to give you all a little bit more of a deep dive. We'll start with the forest. So there is something weird going on in this game, and that is these things back here, the Vesperants. So these things are like shadow creatures. We have an idea of how they're formed, but we'll get into that later. We got a little plushy one. We're gonna get back here, and I'm gonna show you all a few things. This is the forest behind the house. It seems kind of normal. There is something over there we'll talk about later. Just gonna walk along the pathway. You find things in a weird order, so I'm gonna be collecting items, but just ignore them. I'll try to explain things in chronological order, but I'm gonna be gathering items in a weird order. So like right here, there's a key to the house's basement. Another Vesper right there. Spooky. Zoinks. There is over here, and I have a weird color filter that can make us see better at night. So when it gets dark, I'll probably put that on. The screen will look funny, but so this we can assume is a metaphor for Linda and Garrett, as it's colors of ketchup and mustard, and there's a ketchup and mustard bottle in their bedroom. So that's kind of the only thing we could think of that connected those to anything, because it doesn't look like anything else. This is a lake. Based off a note that we find over there, we know there's another house on the other side of the lake that also has the Vesperants, and they're also stuck dealing with them. Um, it's that note right there, actually. I'm gonna not click on any of the notes because I want you all to go play the game, because it'll be a spoiler warning majorly. Well, this entire video kind of is. There's also a clock and a door. That door teleports you to another game, so I'm not gonna go click it. It teleports you to a 2000s looking bedroom. It does have a lot of lore significance. It's just I don't want to lose the progress on here. But that is there as well. Got the shed. So I just noticed has a ladder. You can't pick that up, can you? No, you can just walk on it. You got this underground area right here. I'll go ahead and show you all this. On keyboard, you press C to crouch, but I don't know about any other platform. Just like a little shelter, basically. You can go all the way down there, though. Another thing we'll get to. We'll go this way next. So got the basement key. Showed you the lake and everything. Now you're about to get a little bit spoiled, but not super spoiled. This is graveyard. You got a few important names. We'll come back to some of the names. If you want to take a little bit of a mental note of them, You can, but not all of them are important. This one's important though. So yes, the mother is unfortunately dead at the time of this game. A few of them are here. I'm sure that a few of these are probably developers. And if I was developing a game and I had a graveyard, I'd probably put a developer, like I'd put the developer's name in it. So like, just as a little sneaky. Got dark, so I'm gonna do this now. Makes everything glow funny, but it's dark right now, so it keeps. This is a cabin, so it just kind of keeps everything lit up. So this cabin, this isn't pretty important as well, but unfortunately, I'm not probably gonna get the key to unlock it this playthrough because there's nothing that stops us from getting anywhere in there. There is some lore, so if you want to find the stuff out that's in here, go for it. This one is also a special looking one. It's like a almost like a one with a drooping mouth. There's a few special looking Vesperants, and there's a reason for that we'll kind of get into later. Let's walk down the pathway. I'm looking for something very specific. See if I can find it. Got both the keys though that are here, so that's good. This thing. So based off notes that we find, we know that the Sapterlands came out here for a way to be peace or to have peace, as it supposedly like relaxes you, but we don't. It's not actually that glowy. That's what it looks like normally. Some kind of shrine of some sorts. Don't know. We never really found an explanation for it. It's just there. Sure, it'll do something though, or does something. We've just not figured it out yet. Now we're gonna come back, and the house is down there. That's where we got the first key. We're gonna come up this pathway. So, up here we find a set of chairs. Whoa. Why did it do that? I don't know, I guess it's just blue. Okay, so right here, we believe that this is a metaphor for the Sapterland family. Being all 5 kids, Joseph, Destin, and then the parents, with the mom's chair being knocked over because she's unfortunately passed away. It also says in notes that these chairs randomly appeared while the Sapterlands were living there. And then there's also this down here. That looks horrifying. Let me turn that off. So normally it's just a cave with a note that you gotta read. We put it's actually the lobotomized filter, but it makes everything glow nicely so you can see very well. So now we have a sundew key. So I'm gonna be collecting keys. They're not in order. You'd probably find some of these keys before you would others. But as I'm walking through, I'm explaining things. So you may get it at a weird. So like you probably wouldn't find this till later. But you would probably find these two pretty fast. So like, all depends. I'm just kind of going at my own pace to kind of show you all this. Now we're going to get into the basement. Now my hope is that it's close to 12. Because in the basement, there's a special door that opens at 12. And even if we get it open, let me get in here. What's the time? It's 9:07. So we're going to wait. I'll turn off the filter for right now because we're in the... I won't turn on the filter. I thought I had the lights on in the house. That's kind of creepy. So go ahead and unlock the basement. We'll keep it unlocked, but we're not going to go down there till 11 or until 12. And even when the door is unlocked, we're still not going to explore down there yet because that's the very end of this video is going to be down there. There's another ketchup and mustard bottle that might relate back to the trees. We'll also go ahead and go open the main attic door. Now I can turn. Oh no, it still seems really dark. I don't like how dark everything is. Yeah, why? Oh, flashlight. No, everything is really dark. Oh, did the power go out? Power went out. Luckily for us, we have lobotomized filter. So we ain't got to worry about power. Normally, though, if the power goes out, you got to go back and reset it. So in here, there's that door. this door, and that door. And the little cheeky guy back there. We're going to come back to this once we get that door open. I just wanted to go ahead and have it open. What time is it now? It's 10:30. Okay. So we have a little... don't really want to risk it. We're just going to chill here for a minute. We're going to sit down, take a seat, and we'll go over what we know so far. So far we know about the Sapterlin family and the parents and Joseph. We know that the moms unfortunately passed away. We know a few secrets in the forest about the Sapterlin family. We know about the Vesperants and the fact that they don't move, but if you get too close, they kill you. And that seems to be the running part of the game that doesn't make sense. So, what is that down there? Did I just find something I didn't see? They're constantly updating this game, though. So that's what we know so far. We know about the family. We know about the cousin, Joseph. We know about a few of the secrets in the forest. We know a few key locations. And now it's turning... At 11:40, we'll head down there. And I might be using free cam a little bit. I don't recommend it because you can kind of mess with your story, but I'm just using it because I've already played this game. I've probably did the stuff that I'm showing you all 30 or 40 times now. So this door right here, this door opens at 12. And once it opens, it never closes until you leave the game. So you don't got to worry about it having to come back and open it. So it's open, so we're good. I'm not touching anything else down here, though. This is all at the very end. I just wanted to go ahead and have it open so we ain't got to wait for it later. So up here, go ahead and give you through a walkthrough. This is all of the kids' rooms and all of the parents. This is just everyone's rooms. There are notes and stuff hidden in here, but for the most part, this seems important, but this will also be later. That's a later. Actually, we're gonna keep that door open because that's really important. For the most part, though, it's just doors. MF Doom poster. More pictures of the kids. I know the screen still looks funny. That's with the filter on. Bathroom. Please close. Thank you. Another room. Another Shining poster. That's because the game, they said they took inspo from The Shining. This is the parents' bedroom because the mom and dad's pictures are there. And that's the mustard and ketchup bottle I was talking about, which makes me think that that's a reference to them. We're going to close that. And we left this door open. Didn't mean to leave this one open. We're going to leave this one open so I can come back to it because that's pretty important. Okay, now heading upstairs. So this room we probably won't go into unless I need to. It's got a code connected to it, but I don't really remember the code. And to get the code, I have to get teleported outside the game. And we'll lose all the progress we just had. If I can find the code, I'll probably bring us back in here. But then there's this room. This room's very important. This will be the last room we go to before we go into the basement. So this one's that's a very big room. And this room won't get open. This is just a spare bedroom. You can get into it through going through one of the kids' rooms. It's not very important. Well, it is important. Everything this game's important. It's just not important to the general story that I'm giving. Now this guy, there's another note, by the way, for anyone who wants to go find him. He teleports you. He's one of the only Vesperants to teleport you when you get killed by him. And he teleports you to a room. Now, I'm not going to bring you all there just because it's extremely bright. I don't really want anyone that's sensitive to those bright lights to get affected by them. But it does bring you to a special room. It's almost like a parallel world. Like you're in the house, but you're not in the house. So if I can find some gameplay footage, I'll bring it up. But there is a ton of importance right here. And we'll see more stuff about that later that'll come up. We're going to go back downstairs now. Trying to think of what's next. Yes, outside. So once again, it should still, it's still dark. And technically, we could flashlight it up. But I really want you all to be able to see everything, so. This is the house at night. You're gonna see a lot of Esperants everywhere. They are everywhere. I'm running sideways. Oh. I had never seen this before. And it teleported me. And it's a blue-eyed Vesprant. Hmm. That's intriguing. Anyways, you go down this way. Never been down here either, but I have been over here. I'm guessing it just cuts out. Yeah, it just stops. This is the Sundew Estate. We got a key for it. In that hole. This is the Sundew Estate. It kind of looks like a church. You unlock it. That is extremely bright. I apologize. There we go. Okay. So that tells us some stuff about the Vesprants. Same with that. And we know from this is one of the only notes I'm going to click on because it's pretty important, that at one point there were a group of people called the Trailblazers here. Luke, Matthew, and Mark. And unfortunately, by the time we get here, they have passed away. And a person by the name of John has taken them, and he's going to give them a proper burial. So that's why they're no longer here, and that's why this place is abandoned. And we're assuming the Trailblazers are fighting off these Vesprants. The Trailblazers are currently buried in the graveyard. So if we were to go back to the graveyard, I don't know if you all ever noticed, but there was a grave with the Trailblazers' name on it. Nothing really much up here. You can tell where more people may have stayed at one point. But that, for the most part, that's about it in this room. But it is still an important room, nonetheless. The Trailblazers, see, we hear a lot about the Trailblazers. We hear a lot about a bunch of random groups, if that makes sense. Like, not random, but we hear a lot about little side groups, and this is one of them. And we hear a lot about John. So the Trailblazers are unfortunately gone, though, by the time we make it. We're assuming that the Vesprants got them, and it tells us in a few notes what actually happened to them. So it's said that someone, I don't know if it was John, but I forget the name, and I'm extremely sorry, but they heard screaming coming from the Sundew Estate, and they ran. And I'm assuming when they got back that morning, that's when they found Luke and all of them gone. So I'm assuming it was John that ran. Which also means John probably stayed in the Sundew Estate as well. So now I'm trying to think of what would be next in our sequence of events. Gonna go ahead and get this for later, the screwdriver. I feel as if it is time to go into, oh, is it daytime finally? It's getting there. Now the light's still working. Let me go turn the generator on because I don't like it being dark. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. No more lobotomized filter. We're gonna come up here. Upstairs. Trying to think of what this code may have been at one point. So it's 0, 12. Maybe I don't got it. Wait. 5, 6, 2 question mark? I'm just goated like that. So this just tells us a note. So this is by Garrett. I'm not going to read it. I've already read it, but it's kind of a spoiler. So this would have been his workshop or his workbench because his workshop's downstairs. So that's another big thing. We're going to come back down now. And I feel the need that we got to go into the basement now, even though I don't really want to yet, but I think that we hit a little bit of a pause where we kind of got to now. Yeah. I think we just hit a point where all the stuff now that we need to get to is in the basement. Okay, so even though I didn't want to come here yet, we got to come down here. That room just has a note in it. This is Garrett and Frank's workshop. There is stuff in here. I'm not going to open it. Do you know the code to this one? It's a cave, but a lot of the stuff seems to not be finished because you die when you try to touch it. So there is a lot of stuff in there, but we're not going to mess with it yet. Coming down here, this will take away my flashlight, so I'll have to go get a new one. Yep, there it goes. This guy comes up a lot. Then down here is a Vesprant of some sort. Get down here. And it's some kind of lab testing. And it said, you hear like a Geiger or Geiger counter. And this guy doesn't kill you. And if you see, he has a name, just like if you were to hover over a player's head. And I translated it just a few minutes ago. Let me pull up my photos and tell you what it translated to. It translates to uranium receiver, which is probably what all this is. So something, and that's also probably why there's a radioactive sign. It doesn't let you use your lights in here, but if we use the lobotomized filter, we can see everything very good. Seems to be just some kind of laboratory. I don't know why it takes your light away for coming in here. Guess they just didn't want you to see it with the lights on. But another note right there, but once again, not going to read it. I unironically love this filter just because of the brightness of it. Kind of hurts your eyes, but it makes everything very easily seen. We're going to close that for right now. Oh, never mind. We're not going to close that. Okay, so now there's a secret lab or underneath the house. So that's kind of important. And we turn the line. This door's locked. Won't let us go down here. There's a Vesprant guarding some sort of secret thing down there. If you look down there, you can see it. I still to this day do not know how to get down there. It gives you a badge as far as we're aware, and it's the last badge I'm missing. I have no idea what to do. So I'm gonna really quickly rush through these areas. These are different rooms that we assume belong to each of the kids because each room has a note that each kid wrote in it, but it's all very lore specific, and it's a major, unless you want to read the notes, it's kind of just hallways that unlock each other. So I'm just going to do a flash forward scene and we'll be in the next room. Alright, so now we are in the last room in these hallways. So you got to take the screwdriver from the garage to open it in here, and we get another key. Yippee. Storage hallway key. So that is, if we, please let me out. We come all the way back up here, back up here. That is this room right here. Oh, I'm not going to spend a ton of time in this room yet. I just want that, the alternate attic key. Everything else will be back here. Trust me, this is a big room, but I just want the alternate attic key for right now. Got me moonwalking. Alternate attic key. Oh. It doesn't unlock right here, I don't think. Yeah, no, I forgot. It's in one of the kids' rooms. You'll have to give me a second while I look through each room and figure out which one it was. Here it is. Found it. Click it, and it opens, and it brings you into this area. So no, I guess we will be entering this area after all, even though I just told you all we wouldn't be. Alternate attic key. Here is the bedroom. Oh, there's the key. Attic hallway key. So there's the bedroom. Attic hallway key. Now that room's open. So now we're back into this main room. That just kind of frees up a door, basically. Now we're back down here. Now we're back in the center of the room. Okay, so now we gotta get into the trapdoor area. And I don't remember where the key is for that, or even if you need a key. I feel like you need a key though, so. That's fun. We'll see if it opens without a key, but I'm fairly sure you need a key for it. So locked. Oh, it's a keypad. That's what it was. Okay, so let me think. What was the keypad code for this one? What was the keypad code? Mm. Trying to think. Was this one the 3271? 069? Yes! Let's go. Goated. Get us another key. Oh, we got that key. This key is probably the biggest lore drop key in this game yet. So, a dark force is looming on the horizon. A breakthrough. The descendants of good are losing their grip. With their fall, the mankind will be lost. With every person who has disappeared is another mindless drone to stalk without action. The good will fall and all will remain in his grasp. The White Crest Order is powerless. There's another group just like the Trailblazers. We need to work with the descendants of good. The time is never better. With the effort of all, mankind will prevail. So I'm assuming, and this is what me and my friends have assumed, that means that whenever the people go missing, they turn into Vesperants. So then that, and then there's another thing that'll prove that theory just a little bit once we get out of the house. This is a big one. I will give a little bit of a trigger warning before we use this key. But this is a big one. This is like ties up a ton of things in this story. Hence the reason why I think they called it the forbidden key instead of just another attic key. Because what it tells you should be forbidden. It's open. Okay, so looks like a regular room. You get the shovel. But inside, we can see what we assume is all the members of the Sapterland family. You can't make out who specifically is in there. From what you can tell, it seems to be every Sapterland family member. So now with that knowledge, we got to go back to the graveyard with our shovel. Very, very dark. And then after the shovel, I think we're ready for us to go into the next area. So that proves that all of the Sapterland family has been got by these Vesperants now. And there is some more lore on the Vesperants, but we're not going to go into that till we get to another area. Come into the graveyard, and you're also going to see... I'll show you all this. First, Expedition, Team, Trailblazer. Let us after them. These are two big names. This is all three of the Trailblazers. And I think, I'm not sure if they were a group fighting the Vesperants as much as they just were a popular group here in Chauveston, if that makes sense. And then Frank. This is Garrett and Frank's workshop. So like down in the basement of the house, he had a workshop. So this guy's pretty important as well. And you can dig this guy's grave up. Dig it up and it brings you to the note. Once again, I'm not going to read it. Just so you all will get on and do that. Now I'm going to put the filter back on. I do believe that is every... Minus the cabin, I do believe that is everything unlocked and explained. And then I'll go back through and do a big summary at the end of the video of everything. I do believe that that's... So there is one more place that I need to bring you all, but it teleports you. So I'm just going to probably put a clip of it on screen. If you click this snow globe, it brings you to another game, and it shows you Linda's death, and it has a message on the screen. I'm not going to click it because it teleports you, and we just made a ton of progress, but it is there. It's in this room, and I will put it up on the screen for you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've missed. There's all sorts of notes, and there's all sorts of smaller details. Like you got John, Frank. Yeah, I think it's time to go downstairs. Okay, so we also didn't open this room. Now this, once again, it is important. It's extremely important. What you see down there is extremely important. Let me word that. So that's a big, like, it is important. It's just, it's not, I don't know if it's not finished yet or if we don't understand it yet, but there's no way to actually access a few of the points. So this is just going to stay walled off for a little bit. Now, in here. So, got the alt attic key. Let me put it on regular. It's pitch black. Walk down here. And here it is. The portal room. So, once we enter this area, we're going to be in a new game. So, there's no coming back. But I figure it's now the time. Necropolis. That's a badge you can get as well. You notice the game's made by Joseph Destin. I'm sure that also means something as well. So this is like a laboratory once we get in here. Now there are a few things I'm going to show you all, but we're not going to do the actual Necropolis ending because you can get an ending for this. This is a diagram about the Vesperants. You can go in here and there, and that'll also help you get into Necropolis. Going in here. This door is locked. This is the final door. And there's a big pit in there that I've heard a lot of people refer to as yeah, actually, we might just go down there. We might just do it. Do it to do it. So we're going to come in here. And there will be a few things here that you all don't recognize. And it's partly because I didn't show you, but I'll explain why they're important. Yeah, you need a key. My bad, bro. Come in here. There's a note on the table. Come in here. There's the key. And this is important. I don't know if y'all remember, but in the basement or in the attic, there's a Vesperant that I said brings you to a room when it kills you. This is in that little dream room that it takes you to. So that means that this laboratory or this area is connected back to the Vesperants. So now if I go back out of here, go to the backup power key. This is going to turn on all the power, which is not needed, but it's handy. And it's nice to have lights, not be in the dark. So there's also a bit of lore right. I turned it on, yeah. There's a guy, and it's a note, and it's pleading. Actually, I'm going to click on this note because I want to say that Lazarus, yeah. Lazarus writes this note, and I'm fairly sure that this is Lazarus's pit. And there's also a drawing of this pit that we're trying to access inside one of the kids' books, in the Guide to Vesperance book that is in the house. His drawing is in that book. So, it doesn't give me my filters in this game, unfortunately. It's very sad. That scared the absolute crap out of me. His outfit looked like mine. That was like heart attack level scary. What the heck? What the heck, bro? Okay, you're walking back this way. I'm trying to find a specific room. Okay, here we go. So, we got to go into a maze. Probably just going to fast forward through all of this. So, a lot of this is just going to be me hugging walls. I'm going to yap through it just because, well, mazes scare me. So, just to keep myself kind of, I mentally remember where to go, but it's just a big maze. There's 2 rooms in this maze. One of them I don't understand the lore significance of. They're color coded though, so I'm assuming they have to do with the Safterland family. But minus that, I don't really know. But then the other room is just a dining room table, and it has a key on it. We already found it. Never mind. I'm not going to be speeding this up. So this map, don't know if you remember, but that same map was in one of the kids' rooms, and it had little pins exactly where the circles are. It says take them out. We don't know if this is where other facilities are. We don't know if this is where targets are, because this facility, some of the notes say that they have targets. and that they're trying to hunt people down. And we also believe that if these Vesprints are man-made, it's this facility that's creating them because of some of these notes. So we don't know what these mean, but this map's also in the house. So the family was definitely onto something. Not just the parents, even the kids were starting to learn stuff, especially Joseph. Joseph seems to know a little too much. And I'll explain why in just a little bit. But this entire family seems to have been pretty onto something. Just gotta lock in so I can get out of this maze, bro. I'm here. Means I went a little too far. Please, sir, let me out. Is this the door? Maybe this way. Where's the door? Oh, wait. 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 Yeah. All right, we're out. Thank goodness gracious. Okay, so now this gets us in here. So this tells us that there's different kinds of Vesperants. See, like high heart or high heat, unstable, brightest eyes, burn marks. So like there's very much, this makes me think that they're either, all these notes, all these documents, everything in here makes me think they're either researching the Vesperants or they know about the Vesperants, or like they create them. And there's other proof. And you know, actually, even though it's a little bit of a spoiler, I can't go in here, right? Yeah, no. I'll probably go back and show you all the note that makes me assume why they're Vesperants. Now this guy, remember this guy from the lab underneath the house? Yeah, he's in here. See a little funny little guy in there watching. So this may be the main bad guy. We don't know. The chauveston overlook. You're welcome, Axum. He writes a few other notes as well. So he is also the writer of a few notes. And if you look down here, there's a jukebox. You may be asking why that's important. Well, in that world that you get taken to when a Vesperant kills you, or that specific Vesperant kills you, this exact room with that jukebox in it is in that world, which kind of makes you assume that it's probably been created by this lab, and the lab's watching us. Like right now it's watching like us whenever we're in that room. So that's kind of cool. And it also makes us think that he probably has a lot more going on than what we originally thought. Originally he just looks like he's chilling down there, but also says beware this man. Kind of looks like graffiti, so I don't think that's the lab itself or the facility more that's posted it. I think that's more of someone that snuck in here. And I'm going to go back and read this note for you all, as this kind of tells why I assume that the things have been man-made. So if you read it right here, I'm going to find it. We have also successfully captured Jacob Destin, the son of a primary target who we wish to draft. And related to the bearers of good, his father has already shown signs of manic episodes and insanity, which gives us new hope of a future advancement. As for what we will do with him, we may use his vespotic matter to create a golden-eyed Vesper. So whatever vespotic matter is, don't know yet. Saying it sounds like they're trying to use people or something that the Destin family has to make Vesperants. Yeah, there's only one last thing to do in this lab. We've explored everything. Well, no, there's one more thing. We gotta go back and get a key card. And minus that, we did everything in the house, minus clicking on the snow globe and going to that special world. But once again, the world's very bright. This room opens now. I forgot about this. This is Lazarus Pit. Please. Don't know. It just ends here. There's nothing in the pit unless they've updated it. You can hear screaming now. That's kind of creepy. There's drawings of it. We don't know how that you can't get in it. It's got the same runes on it that the portal does. It's just Lazarus Pit, or it's the facilities pit. We don't know what's in it. We don't know what it does. Kind of reminds me of the pit from Star Wars with Boba Fett, but creepy room. Oh, whoa. I don't remember. No, never mind. I'm crazy. I have the key card. Yeah, I got the key card. So this game has been updated, though, because it wasn't always called Necropolis. Well, like, it was always known as the Necropolis ending. The name of the game wasn't always Necropolis, so I am curious to see if it changes anything. So then you come over here, and you gotta scan your card. My bad. No, it's still an empty room. So this, in theory, should have something in it in the future, and that's kind of where the game ends. So now I'm going to give you all a little bit of backstory into the group. So we're going to go to developer Joseph Destin. I moved in with my cousins in the Sapterlin household a while back. Since then, I've gotten a well-paying job during the week and get free time on the weekends to enjoy myself with my cousins. From my beginnings, I've made it far. Look, I know things aren't normal over at that house. I might know what's happening, but I don't know who to trust with what I know. So it's just me for now. Don't go too far either. You never know what could be uncovered. This screams, hey, Joseph knows a lot more than what it seems. And if you go over here, he's the main person. Well-respected guest, videographers, mysteries, Axum. So, Galaxy guy's name is Axum. For some reason, he's in our basement and he's there in the facility. And a certain group of people don't like him. Don't know why, don't know who. Family, friends. But this is the main thing I wanted to show you. Sapterlin family. They're all here. But then if you go to... He's called In Control. So it seems that Joseph knows a lot more about what's going on than what it may seem at first. Let's go back into the game and then we'll do a little bit of a brief overview of what we've learned. Alright, so we are back at the chauveston overlook. And we figured out all the names of the Sapterlin family. We figured out about the Destins. We know a few of the writers of the notes. We know about the Trailblazers. We know their fate. We know the Sapterlin family's fate. We know about the Vesperants. We know about the secret facilities. We know about Exxon. We know about John. We know a lot of the secrets in the forest. We know that Joey, or Joseph specifically, knows a lot more than what it seems. We know that all the family knew about it, is there's things that are inside the facility, that are inside the house that a lot of the kids had. There's even a Vesperant guidebook. That's one thing I didn't show you, and I'll go back in and show you all now before we end this video. It's in one of the kids' rooms. It's hidden in the closet. This is the parents' room, so it's not that one. It's not that one, I don't think. Doesn't look right. That's the bathroom. It's possible it's this one. I don't think so. Maybe actually. I don't know. Kind of looks like it. We'll look at all the others first, but that one looks weird. Like it might have it. I don't think it's this one though. Actually, yeah, it is this one, ain't it? Yeah, there it is. The only one I didn't actually think it was. The Vesperant Guidebook. So this one must be the guy who was the most interested in it. Maybe Raymond. Because he also has this poster, right? Not Raymond, but it might be. But I was just reading these names as well. Because he also has the poster that's exactly in there as well. So it tells you some stuff about the Vesperants. Here it tells you some more engines. This tells you where they don't really know what the shrine is either. They just know it makes them feel relaxed. And this one, same thing Chris drew. I don't know. That looks like the pit. So they know a lot more than what it may seem, even if it's accidentally being told to them. They know a lot more. So I've left out, we didn't look at like basically any notes, which is purposeful. Even though we've read them all, this video would have been way longer to look at the notes because there's not a lot of editing that's going to have to be done on this one because it was more of a walkthrough. So I highly recommend you go read the notes on your own, and thank you all so much for watching.
All my fellas. All my fellas. All my fellas.